True crime, 2026, turn the lights down low, let the darkness mix. Midnight whispers on an old back road. Every secret's got a story untold. Cold case files and a smoking gun. Truth runs deep where the shadows run. Footsteps echo in an empty hall. Somebody's watching from behind the wall. Red string tied to a photograph. Broken clocks in a shattered past. Every clue's just one more fix. Welcome to 2026. DJ's True Crime 2026. Twisted tales and dangerous tricks. Every lie's got a heavy price. Roll the tape, let's roll the dice. Heartbeat racing, ticking ticks. Truth cuts deep like sharpened sticks. If you're brave, come take your fix. DJ's True Crime 2026. Headlines screaming in black and white. City sirens in the dead of night. Coffee cold on a cluttered desk. One more name on the suspect list. Footprints fade in the falling rain. Every witness recalls the same. A fleeting face, a shadowed mix. Another mystery in 26. Maps on the wall with pins stuck in. Where do we start and where's it end? Truth don't sleep and neither do I. Chasing ghosts that never die. DJ's True Crime 2026. Secrets buried in the politics. Truth is sharper than it looks. Hidden deep between the books. Turn it up, let the stories stick. Every twist hits hard and quick. Stay tuned for the final fix. DJ's True Crime 2026. In the midnight city where the neon lights glow. DJ's on the mic and the whole world knows. From the streets to the sky where the blue flames fly. We ride together strong, never asking why. Hear the beat of the drums like a dragon's roar. Every step we take makes the crowd want more. Through the fire in the night, we stand as one. When the music hits hard, that's when we run. We are DJ's Blue Dragon Squad. Rising through the night, breathing blue fire, burning bright in the light. Hear the crowd scream loud when the bass drops hard. Stand up, stand proud for the Blue Dragon Squad. And the sound where the legends grow. Every beat we drop makes the whole place glow. From the underground vibes to the main stage flame. Blue dragons flying high in the game. Hear the thunder roll when the speakers pound. Feel the energy shaking the ground. Every soul in the room feels the spark ignite. Blue dragons rising in the night. We are DJ's Blue Dragon Squad. Rising through the night, breathing blue fire, burning bright in the light. Hear the crowd scream loud when the bass drops hard. Stand up, stand proud for the Blue Dragon Squad. Dragon Squad. No fear, no change, just the rhythm we ride. Blue flames in our hearts, got the squad by our side. When the night falls down and the music's loud, you'll hear the roar of the dragon crowd. We are DJ's Blue Dragon Squad. Hear the legend call. Blue fire rising as the shadows fall. Hands in the air while the beat hits hard. Forever we ride. Blue Dragon Squad.
Sweet boy Sebastian, where are you? The stars stayed up all night waiting too. The next morning your mama came up. You weren't there, your room was empty. Sweet boy Sebastian, where'd you go? Room was still left the same as it was. The whole world has been searching, but there was no evidence of where you went. The wind whistles softly in the night and morning. It hums your name and hums the song of I and the tiger. It's so quiet without your laughter and smile. Life gets harder and harder every day. Sweet boy Sebastian, where have you gone? Everyone has searched through forests and water and near your house with no sighting or sin. If you're hiding, come out and come back. Sebastian, your dad is worried, and so is the whole wide world. Sebastian, where are you? Please show us signs wherever you may be. We are your army, sweet boy Sebastian, so please come home. So please.
Hello. Can you guys all hear me? Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me, and we will get started. Share screen. Okay. That's good.
If I were to talk to someone who was looking to implement NetSuite, I would.
I just put the commercial on mute.
Mind he wants friends. He's a pretty happy kid usually. He's high functioning. I mean, he's fully able to hold a conversation, and he walks and he loves to run. He likes to build little. We FaceTime.
And if any of my mods can drop the case analyzes link on YouTube in the chat, that would be very much appreciated.
Family while we were eating so he could brag, because that's something he likes to do. My son doesn't run. He's not a runner. He's never run away before. I don't know why. I don't know why he walked out that door. He loves Minecraft. The game that he has is not online. He has the Switch. He doesn't have any extracurricular activities. Sweet, stubborn. He loves to help. He loves running, and he loves to play his games and his fidgets and Uno. Lord, that's one of his favorite games right now.
Favorite color is green.
Oh God, he loves music.
He loves, like, when we were in California and the school had this lap thing to gain money. It was a fundraiser. And every year I did this many laps. I did this many laps. I mean, I've got t-shirts where they would write on his back. Every time the kids went around, they'd mark a mark on the back and they'd keep running. And he just had marks all the way across his back. He likes playgrounds. He hates being dirty. He don't like being dirty. He loves animals, but he's terrified of bugs.
Yeah.
Even a fly. And he's like, oh! He gets on a one-man track and he is just on it. And he is all about it. He loves playing games. He can go to Culver's.
Oh, boy loves
He knows where Culver's is because Culver's has malt. He loves malt, extra malt. Every time, extra malt. And that he knows how to get to his daddies. We know that.
He, for the most part, is happy. He likes to laugh and joke and tell you all about everything and then some. He loves games. He loves video games.
And just listen how Katie, which in chat, please use initials KP and CP, and also just to keep me and myself and the moderators and subscribers safe, use initials, please. But listen to her. Listen to how Katie speaks. Her saying, anytime she mentions Sebastian, like it's like she's trying to figure out what to say, which wouldn't make any sense. No parent would have to think about what they would have to say about their child.
Games. He loves to play with his Legos, even building things with me. We build little projects here and there, but he's always a character. But he fidgets constantly. He loves shiny pennies, paper clips. He's always like, whenever we go to the grocery store, he always looks on the ground and looks under the register counter, and he's always looking for shiny pennies everywhere. Paper clips. He loves to bend them out of shape and play with them, fidget with them. He loves playgrounds. I mean, we've said it before, he likes fishing and things like that, but he does. He loves cats. It's his favorite animal. I don't know. He's a good kid. This is not normal for him to run away.
In my opinion, Sebastian did not run away. In my opinion, and allegedly, the parents may have set this up. What I mean by parents is CP and KP more than likely set up this disappearance of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers.
He's not a runner.
Although he doesn't like to be dirty, it's kind of funny because he also doesn't have awareness, because if you look, he's got chocolate milk on his face because he didn't wipe it off at breakfast. It's funny like that. He likes to dip behind the walls and watch, and then he comes out after I come back and he likes to scare me. He doesn't have a history of being an eloper, which is common, and I have friends with children on the spectrum who do struggle with elopement with their children, but no, Sebastian, that's one thing, has always been a blessing. He's not been an eloper or a runner. His primary areas are like social and emotional dysregulation issues and things like that. But he's very smart. He's functional. Overall, he's a pretty happy kid. I mean, he's a teenager. He's coming into his hormones. He's angry that he's growing a mustache, but for the most part, he's a happy kid. He can be aggressive if he's upset. He doesn't like punch and hit and throw, but he gets really like aggressive stance or like clipped where he just won't talk to you, or if he's really upset, he like growls.
And because Sebastian is an awesome person who deserves to be home. Sebastian's room is always a little bit messy. So Sebastian struggles with maintaining friendships with a lot of the children his age, because even with the children that are similar, they tend to have different interests. Sebastian gets very single mind tracked. Like if he's wanting to talk about like Minecraft, then he wants you to be 100% all about the Minecraft.
Now, see, do you hear how CP in the background, how CP is trying to cut Katie Proudfoot off? Yeah, CP, in my opinion, CP is trying to cut her off, so trying to force her not to say anything that she shouldn't, in my opinion.
And so a lot of times, like, other children will be like, yeah, that's cool, but I want to do this. And so they wind up getting frustrated with each other. And that's where a lot of his like struggles making friends come into play, is and because personal space. Yeah, personal space is also another part of it, where he disregards like what we call the personal bubble. Just because he doesn't have that awareness, like he'll just be right here in your face. But he's capable of getting along with other kids. I mean, and he does, but typically for shorter periods of time. At school, he does pretty well with a lot of the kids. But even that, they have to take breaks, because not him, but not just him, but, even the other kids, they each have their unique interests and their unique ways of thinking and doing things. And so they get to each other and they have fun. And then, something will happen and one or both will get frustrated. And so they got to, time out and whatnot. We have met some kids, especially like, because I like to take them out and go do things, especially in like public settings like the festivals and bowling and stuff like that, to get them out and get them, it gives an opportunity to interact and work on those like kind of social skills and meeting people and being appropriate when meeting people, responding, with appropriate emotions and stances, like if someone's being polite and says hello to you, to match that energy and not come at a different energy, and we have like a scale that we work on, like what is the problem that's frustrating you? Is it like a 0, 1, 2, 3, and then, okay, well, what's your response to that, type thing. So, yes, he does interact with other children and people, but he struggles to form those like stronger bonds with people. No, although he's in denial, he doesn't want to tell mama that he likes girls. He's definitely got a unique rhythm. He loves to dance. Utterly loves going over there. And we do game nights. He loves playing cards. Uno is currently his favorite game. He changes his favorite food probably every day. Chocolate milk has been a long time runner. Not fried and no sauce, just plain steamed tofu and sushi. The boy loves sushi. He loves it. He likes it, but he doesn't at the same time because it's so loud and clanky. So Sebastian wore pull-ups because when he was having his regression, when he was having issues with wetting the bed or wetting his pants, he had issues where he would wet himself at school, and then occasionally would wet himself at night.
Okay, so I have to pause it there for a minute. So Sebastian was 15 years old when he went missing. At 15, allegedly, he wore pull-ups because of accidents he could not control. So why this doesn't explain, why does she have to explain bad things about him that he could not control due to his disability? She should be explaining what he liked to do, what kind of things she did. She teach him anything, any type of life skills or anything, that sort of stuff. Why bring up pull-ups and stuff? No, KP, you should have been using better words. He was 15. He's a teenager. He's still a kid to this day. You guys did not need to stick him in pull-ups at the age of 15. I'm sorry, but no. In my opinion, that's just not right.
Now, I know that Seth went and said that never happened at his house, but I do know that it did. Of at least a few occasions that I know of. But that's not the point. The point is that he did go in and out of pull-ups based on when he needed them. So if he was during a regression phase, he would go into the pull-ups, and then once he, got back on track and he was not having wedding issues at school and or home, he would go back into, regular underwear. And that, unfortunately, is just something that has been happening for, ever. Sebastian was late to potty train and has had issues going back and forth with it basically his whole life. Sebastian had a recent autism diagnosis, but Sebastian has a chromosome deletion that he was diagnosed with when he was a baby. He's got combined type ADHD, so he does get, hyper. His behaviors become a little more like he'll flip-flop between his moods more, like being overly excited, or, he has periods where he's really calm, where he just hyper focuses on, whatever it is that he's playing or fidgeting with. He can become a little more temperamental, like more easily aggravated. Not that he becomes violent, but he just gets aggravated easier. He does get an increased appetite when he's off of his meds. An unfortunate side effect of those is that they do suppress the appetite a little bit. So he'll eat more. But and he will be more, I'm trying to think of the right word. Like when he'll start telling you something, he'll be on a bunch of different subjects, but all like in the same sentence. Yeah, he becomes a lot less coordinated in his thoughts. He's all over the place. Hey, mama. And I said, oh, this is going to be good. Hold on. And I pulled out my phone and he went, green tea. And then I stopped recording. But right after that, he was like, he just thought he was the funniest person on planet Earth. I mean, he was doubled over laughing at himself. And I wish I'd have kept recording, but he did. No shit, y'all. He bent over laughing because he thought he was just so funny. And they come out of nowhere too when you're not expecting it, and you just like lose your place, and you're like, "Did you?"
So let me ask. I have to pause here for a minute. Let me ask, KP, why is it that you have to say bad things about Sebastian? Why can't you say good things about him? Why talk about certain behaviors? You should be talking about what you loved to do with him, not talking about certain behaviors that he could not control. He has autism. People with autism, yes, will have behaviors. That doesn't mean you need to be talking horrible about your own son. In my opinion, that doesn't make any sense.
Did you just verbally kick my ass? A lot of personality. I mean, he's got that teenage attitude going on where he's all over the place. So one minute he's angry, and next minute he's laughing and joking, and the next minute he's like, "I'm going to my room." What are you doing? Nothing. He's still young at heart too, you know, like mentally he's young. He still likes to play with his Legos, and well, he has I think it's called Marble Run. It's where you can build, it's like a puzzle, but you build like little tracks, and it's got marbles, and they race down the tracks. It's super fun. But that's been one of his latest things that he'd been playing with, was he was all about making his marble runs. Well, everybody in the world knows his favorite video game, Minecraft. But I don't know. He loves to play Mario Kart. He's got all the Mario games, Mario 8, Mario, all the Mario racing games. I can't remember all of them. The Superstars. Every time he hears of a new Mario game coming out, he's like, "I gotta have that one." When we sit up with we've even got the little like wheels, the racing wheels. You put the little Switch controller in and turn it into a steering wheel. Oh, it gets serious. He'll be like, "You're going down." Well, the worst part is he kicks my butt half the time in it too. Well, it's like the picture with him in front of the big trophy. That was a thing that we took him to for his birthday, and we let him pick his team. And I'll be darned if they didn't win. Well, it's one of those game show like experience things. So you go in and it's like you're on a game show, because he loves watching game shows on the Game Show Network. Loves Family Feud. Hell, he he watches Wheel of Fortune with me. He don't never guess the puzzles. He sits in here, no whammies. It depends on if he got to do what he wanted to do that day or not.
Yeah.
Family Feud is his favorite. That's his number one go-to. I was going to say sushi, but tofu is a good contender. Plain tofu, not fried tofu. Like steamed, no sauce. Just plain tofu, warmed up. Mm-hmm. Eat it all day long. But sushi, I'd have to say, is probably his number one favorite. But tofu's up there with it. Oh, yeah, he loves fish. If you offered the kid fish or steak, it's fish every time. No questions asked. He eats pretty healthy. He likes his vegetables. He loves the little sweet peppers and bell peppers and squash and zucchini. I mean, Brussels sprouts. Oh, my God. Every single time we go to the store, "Mom, will you make Brussels sprouts?" What's worse is I'm sitting here cutting them up, trying to prep them to cook them, and he's eating them raw fast as I can cut them. Nutella. Honestly, chocolate malt, extra malt. Dude, you're allowed to get a snack, but don't eat all the sugar in the world. You already can't sleep. And then again, he loves peanut butter too, so. He's Swiss cheese. Good Lord, Swiss cheese. The child likes Swiss cheese. Every single time we go to the store, "Mom, can I get some Swiss?" Yeah, but you know you're responsible for eating it, right? And like not just any Swiss, like baby Swiss and lacy Swiss, like the worst, stinkier Swiss. And then he likes to come over near me and be like, and wave it near my face. I'm like, "Bleh." And he likes ham, but he wants the Virginia brand ham. So we got to go to the deli counter and get his Virginia brand ham. Different every time we buy a box. He was on Lucky Charms pretty hard for a while. And he went on Reese's Pieces for a while. He was on that s'mores cereal for a little while. He went on a kick for that. He got off Raisin Bran. I don't know what happened. Like one day he just decided he didn't like raisins anymore. His favorite drink ever is just milk, but loves the Martinelli's apple juice, specifically the Martinelli's in the glass bottle, not the plastic ones, Mom. But don't buy him the plastic ones. He has to have it in glass because he's bougie like that. We went to when we were, I think it was Costco, when we were in there, and I was like, "Oh, Bubba, they got your apple juice," and he said, "Well, hold on," and he went over and tapped on it. And he said, "That's not the right one, Mom. I don't even want that." But you know what? Sebastian won't touch anything carbonated.
Well, considering he has autism, he may have sensory issues with drinks that are carbonated, like pop. Like seriously, KP. You saying every time you mention what he likes and his behaviors, it sounds like you didn't even want to spend enough time with your own son, in my opinion, and allegedly.
Nothing. I think it's a sensory issue thing for him. He can't stand anything even lightly carbonated. He can't stand it. Because he's got sensory issues, but you know, each kid, you know, person, everything is, you know, unique to them. And for him, carbonation is a hard no. He has never drank a soda a day in his life. He's had a sip and hated every single time. Because I mean, I do the flavored waters, and he was really into it with me. So every day we'd go and we'd make our like little water talks, and we'd do different recipes. We got a whole water bar set up, and he'd help me pick out flavors, and he'd make his own waters. But I use sparkling water sometimes, and he would every once in a while he would grab my drink and drink it because he was being funny, and he's like, "Oh, I drink your water." Well, he every once in a while he'd grab it and it would have carbonated water in it, and he'd take one sip and be like, "No, he does not like Pop Rocks." He's weird. Like when he first got glasses, it was really difficult to transition and to get like accustomed to that. He's been in them for years and years now, so he's used to it. But like hats. He likes hats, but he can't stand wearing them. He tries, but he only manages to wear them for like a few minutes, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'm done. Get it off me." He likes shorts over pants, but once he gets transitioned into pants, so like in the fall, once the weather turns and it's, you know, no longer acceptable short weather, once he gets used to wearing pants, it's not a problem. He wears them every day without a question. But it's the transition. You know, so like when the weather starts getting warm, he'll start when he can start wearing shorts, and then that's all he wants to wear, if that makes sense. For him, I don't necessarily think he had like a significant preference of pants over shorts so much as it was whatever he's accustomed to.
And I just have to pause there for a minute. Please, anyone who's listening in the bushes or anyone in chat, please, if you could click the thumbs up, that would be greatly appreciated. And if you could share my channel out, that would also be very much appreciated. Get the algorithm moving out into the YouTube streets. And also, I appreciate all my subscribers and mods for being here, even those that are watching from the bushes.
Wearing. So like once he transitions into pants, he gets used to just throwing pants on every day, and he doesn't try to wear shorts. Vice versa. Like even at night, like so it goes fluid. So like he'll wear sleep pants when he's, you know, in the wearing pants phase, and then when we transition back to shorts, he actually starts wearing shorts to bed too, like his pajama shorts and stuff. So he tends to be reasonably consistent. Overall, yes, he does much better when he is on a regular routine. And thank you. So like for getting out about the same time every day and having the same routine to get ready to get out the door, and you know, nighttime routine, you know, taking medicine, taking shower, getting ready for bed, Same thing in the morning, getting up, brush your chair, brush your teeth, put your clothes on, make your bed, take your medicine, get your backpack. Are you hungry? Do you want to take food for lunch, or do you want school lunch? That type of thing. And then, he leaves at the same time every day. But at the same time, it's like after school, once, if we've got to go to the store, it's not a huge problem. It's all of a sudden like, oh no, we need to run to the grocery store, so he's easily able to do that for the most part. So yes, he's able to just like go run some errands and things like that, but he's also, for the most part, we try to keep him on a regular routine so that he functions better. If you have sporadic bedtimes and everything, then he starts having more difficulty with being on track and on task and everything, or he doesn't really sleep very well. His sleep routine has never been specific, but it's it's downtime, it's quiet time, it's you remove the stimulus, screen time shuts off at the same time every day so that you have that.
Okay, I have to say something about that. So KP saying that Sebastian had trouble with sleeping, but allegedly, and in my opinion, with Sebastian staying over at his dad's house and sleeping at his dad's house, he had no issue sleeping at his dad's house. So why is it that he needed medications at his mom's and stepdad's place to go to sleep? Just wondering, KP, what's that about? Honest question there.
Decompression time. And, we have the night lights and the little fidgets for the self-stimming and everything, because that's, you can't make them just do nothing. It's turning off all the screens and okay, we're going to be quiet. I understand you're not necessarily going to sleep, but you're going to lay in the bed and relax. He prefers to be inside. And the inside stays pretty consistent. He absolutely loves going swimming. So, I mean, he loves the summer because he can get out and he can go swimming.
Water, baby.
We can do more stuff. Yep. We did a lot more of it when we were in California. We used to go hiking a lot. They have I know they have it here, but they have waterfalls and beach hiking and everything out there that we used to go to. And he really enjoyed that. But then again, he also really loves going outside and having snow fights. When we had that rain, or not rain, but the frozen snow, when it was too cold to even make a snowman, we were still outside throwing, snowballs. Trying his best to make snowballs, but it wound up just being throwing handfuls of fluff across the yard. He for the most part, though, he likes being inside. He's the kind of kid that would rather play video games and be inside hanging out than outside playing football. But he does like going out, and he likes playgrounds, and he loves the trampoline places and running. And yes, he does like to read Minecraft books. We go to Barnes & Noble every so often, and he picks out books. And the only ones that he has genuinely showed interest in and even read more than once, they have Minecraft novels. They're actually thick. They're a couple hundred pages. And I bought him all the ones that we could find, and he loves them. Actual storybooks. He likes Barnes & Noble because there's Starbucks in there, too. Stupid cake pops. Every single time we're near a Starbucks. Mom, can we get a cake pop? He's very, very particular. Surprisingly, he likes the Starbucks refresher drinks. He likes that one. He liked the, what was it, the acai swirl one? Or no, dragon fruit swirl. He loves dragon fruit and mango. Found out that he absolutely loves mangoes, but he does not like star fruit, but he loves dragon fruit. He has allergies, kick his butt, because he's allergic to grass. So whenever the grass is pollinating, his allergies get really bad for him. As far as any like serious allergies like peanuts or anything like that, no, we haven't found any food allergies. Just being picky about some stuff, but no, he's outside of grass pollen. We really don't know any other allergies. Something that we'd been really, really working on, because other people had been like, "Is he wearing deodorant, Mom?" And I was like, "I mean, I'm trying." It's a recent development too. I mean, he's gone through a growth spurt, and it was like overnight. I blinked and had like a little mustache growth coming in, and all of a sudden he was starting to smell. And his voice is changing, and his hair's getting darker. Like it's turning darker, which is why like in some pictures it looks brown, but it's really kind of blonde. But and his eyebrows, he went from like just these like real light eyebrows to, it was like overnight he got big old dark eyebrows. He's really coming into his hormones, and literally I think he grew an inch in a month. 2 shoe sizes. Yeah, that's why in the beginning there was all that talk about the shoes, and it was like,
So, KP, let me ask you this. So you're surprised that a young boy that hits teenage years is starting to go through puberty. You're surprised about that? You've never seen someone go through puberty before? Just wondering. In my opinion, and allegedly, it sounds like it's new to you and you're so surprised. Like, it doesn't sound like you took the time to get to know your son, to get to know what he actually liked. You said you went hiking, he loved hiking in California. But my question is, so he liked hiking. So when you guys moved to Texas, did you guys not like hiking? Did you guys not do anything with him once you moved to Texas? Just a question.
like, how does she know? Like, how do you know? Like, well, because he literally just outgrew them all, and we were in the process of replacing them. We started off with, a new pair of shoes and, a new pair of boots. And, we didn't buy sandals yet because it hadn't turned warm yet. And so I told him, I said, when the weather gets warm, we'll buy them then, because who knows if you're going to grow more in another month. He literally, like, it was like he went to his dad's, and then not even a week later, he's like, "Mom, my shoes don't fit." And I was like, "But those are new." And he's like, "My toes are in the front." And I was like, "Oh, Lord, get in the car." He's so angry about getting hair on his face. And I was like, "Well, bub, we can teach you how to shave it off." And he's like, "No." And I was like, "So you want to leave it on your face?" And he's like, "No." I was like, I don't know what to do to help. Like, unfortunately, you got 2 options: have hair or shave the hair. I don't know what else to do. I can't make it not happen. He goes back and forth. And we, for the most part, try to accommodate it. Like, there's sometimes when we go into a haircut, he's like, "I want to keep it longer." And then other times he's like, "I want to shave it all." Normally, when we go into a haircut, I pull up like pictures of haircuts, and I let him, like, I'm like, "Okay, what do you want to do this time?" So honestly, it just depends on how he's feeling. He changes his mind on what he wants on his hair. No, I mean, he's growing and changing, and the voice thing throws me off because, like, some days he still sounds like my little bub, and other days I'm like, who's this grown dude in the house? Like, what? But we knew it was coming because his voice has been cracking for a little while here and there. But it had only recently started getting deeper more consistently. No, so here, I can't speak for when he went to Seth's house, but here, we did positive reinforcement and positive reward system, so he earned his game time. And it was on the Switch, which had like the parental monitoring, everything. So that was the only game system that he had played on here in a long time. It's his latest thing. When I say something that he doesn't like, he goes, "Mom," or when he's really annoyed, he goes, "Mom." I can't imitate his voice because it's deeper than mine, but that's
So, Katie, let me ask you this. You love to intimidate your autistic child? That just angers me, in my opinion, and allegedly. That's just not right. That's, in my opinion, rude. Especially to someone doing that to someone who has disabilities.
how he does it. And I'm just like, what? And then I usually try to smother him in kisses while he squirrels to get away. And he's like, get off me. He talks a lot of shit when we're playing games. He smack talks because we play cards. We play a game called Chase the Ace. We play a game called Blind Nines. Rummy. Uno is his favorite card game. He's got this one called, I think it's Spot On, where you both like flip a card and you've got to spot something real quick. But we have a whole closet full of board games and whatnot that we play. He plays chess. He plays with Chris's stepdad. He plays with Chris sometimes. Last year he was in the chess club. This year he hadn't joined in any clubs in school. In middle school he was in the chess club, and then he was doing really well, and then I think something happened with one of the kids he was playing with, and he got beat, and I think they had like a argument over it, and Sebastian didn't want to do it no more. He went, but he wouldn't play. And they were like, you have to play to be part of the chess club. And he was like, well, I don't want to go no more. And then he started failing a class, and we were like, well, you got to be passing to be in the chess club. And then he just didn't join again. And then high school is on a whole nother level. So he didn't go into it in high school, but he was super interested in like the agriculture and whatnot. So it wasn't necessarily an extracurricular per se, but he was like, that was his like number one goal for his classes. He wanted to take agriculture, and he wanted to work with the animals. He was doing pretty good in school for the most part. He had his grades were all good, or well, yeah, I think all of his grades were up.
You guys notice whoever's in chat and who's in the bushes. Let me know. Whoever's in the bushes, just type in chat. Let me know. Do you guys hear how she keeps on saying or how she needs to think on what she has to say about Sebastian, about her son, about how what Katie has to say? Do you guys notice that she has to think and she pauses when she speaks? In my opinion, a parent shouldn't have to pause to think about what they know about their son or their child. That's just my opinion.
He kind of ebbed and flowed. It depended on if he was putting effort in or not. He went through a little phase where he quit trying. Yes. So at one point he had said it was in one of his IEP meetings. He was like, I want to be like Dad and operate a crane. Yeah, it was so sweet. And he's actually operated some heavy equipment, quote, but and he did so good at it. He said he wanted to work with animals, but he only wants to work with cats. I don't know how that works, but I think vets have to work on more than just cats. When we went through for the high school orientation, where you can tour all the classrooms and talk to some of the teachers and learn about some of the programs, because you got to pick your schedule, you know. He saw the agriculture area where they had they do, I think, like dog grooming, and they had chickens and rabbits and maybe some other animals. And he was just so excited. He was like, I want this class. He liked fishing, but I don't know necessarily so much about camping. Oh, yeah. He just go to the gun range. I mean, he loves going to the playground. That's outside all day long. He prefers a pool to the beach. He's been more into TV shows than movies lately. Mostly game shows, ridiculousness. He watches the Survivor show. I can't remember what it is. Guy or Bear. The one where you can like make selections and choices, and what you choose depicts how he goes. He really likes that one. Well, I kept trying to get him to go to the movies with me to watch the new Wonka movie, and he just did not want to go watch that. He thought it was stupid. He is a Swiftie. He likes Blake Shelton, Jelly Roll. Sebastian and Chris play Name That Song in the car. So like on the radio, he'll be like, who sings this song? And I'm like, I don't know, but I know the words to the song. And Bastion in the background is like, it's so and so. He loves Uptown Funk You Up. Uptown Funk You Up. But the reason why I know he has a crush on Taylor Swift is because I saw him on YouTube Googling something about being Taylor Swift's boyfriend. I think it was, does Taylor Swift like blonde boys?
Aww. Cats are the number one. He loves animals, almost all animals. He loves water. He swims like a fish.
He is what they would consider high functioning. He's not, he doesn't struggle with verbal communication, but he does, he does struggle sometimes with expressing himself, is I guess the best way that I could put that. But he's so smart, and he's so capable, and that I think the initial image of him that was portrayed was misleading to an extent. And I think that in the chaos of trying to get the initial information about him out, that various things got taken and misconstrued. So I would just tell everyone that he's smart, he's capable, he's funny, he's able to speak to you and to recognize things. You know, he's a teenager, and you know, so he's a young man. Honestly, he just had a birthday, and I'm sure that his mustache is coming in more. I mean, he really is a good kid. I miss his smile. I miss his laugh. I miss going and doing fun things with him. I miss taking him to get a haircut and him saying, "Mom, feel my head." I miss cooking dinner with him. I miss game nights. He would play Uno until the sun came up if you let him. You know, he goes through phases of which games he's into, but you know, I miss him. I miss everything about him, the good, the bad. I miss his attitude. I miss, you know, him trying to eat all the sweets instead of dinner. I miss him stealing my Brussels sprouts while I'm trying to cook them.
I have something to say about that. Katie saying she misses everything about him, but yet she mostly said lots of not so nice things about him, saying how he went to school in pull-ups or diapers. Like, what kind of parent says that? In my opinion, and allegedly, KP wasn't such a good mother. And a question for KP. KP, if you miss him so much, then my question is, why don't you and CP tell everybody where Sebastian is? Why don't you go and get him, or let him go to his father's house? What's the holdup? What's taking so long? Just wondering.
His jokes, the way he laughs when he tells a funny. He had there's a video that I put out that he was being goofy, and he had this like half gallon of green tea that he had gotten from the grocery store, and he thought of this joke, and he ran in the kitchen and he grabbed a green cup and he was like, "Mom, green tea." And it was just so funny, and I was just like, "Dude, hold on, you gotta do that again." And I grabbed my phone and I was like, "You gotta do it again." And he was like, "Green tea." And he was just like, it's not in the video, but he was just rolling because he just thought it was the funniest thing ever. He was getting to where he had some good ones because he was coming into his sarcasm. You know, like one of the other videos I released, when it's hard to hear, but we were bowling, and because he has a lot of fun with it. He actually was getting a lot better without bumpers, but he like rolled a good roll, and he turns around and he's like, "You got wrecked, Mom." And I was just like, what is happening right now? But I mean, I miss that, you know. I miss being able to hang out with him, you know, because he's not little anymore, you know. Which we had a lot of fun when he was little, but when they get older, you know, you start being able to do different things with them, and you know, game nights are, God, they're a blast sometimes. He loves to go to the pool as much as possible. He loves to swim. He's I don't know if I put that picture out or not, but there's one that I took of him. He has on this like giant, I think it was a flamingo, and he was just like just being a cool guy. Because talking about him is what we want to do, but we want to make sure that people know his face. We want to know that people know who they're looking for, and we would just ask that everyone just kind of be aware of your surroundings in general. You never know. All it takes is just one person that could make a difference.
Enter blue.
So, in my opinion, that one person that should be making a difference, in my opinion, should be KP. Or maybe two people, as a matter of fact. KP and CP should be making that difference and bringing Sebastian back home safe and sound and letting him go to his biological dad's house, Seth, who will actually take the time to do things with Sebastian and spend time with him. Where he won't be abused, in my opinion. And allegedly. So, anyone who was watching in the bushes and my subscribers, click the thumbs up. That would be very much appreciated. And like and share my channel out wherever you can, please. Get the algorithm moving. And also, I appreciate my mods and subscribers and everyone who's watching from the bushes. Until next time, folks, peace and see you next time. Have a lovely evening, night, day, wherever you are. Thank you, Jacob.